day one of preseason camp for Florida State 2025, and the Nats are legit. So this is going to be an interesting
They're in mid-season form.
Hopefully Aslan's going to rock in a lot of B-roll here to cover us up because these Nats are in mid-season form.
Do Nats bite?
They don't. They're just annoying as hell. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they live on. I don't know what they eat.
Yeah.
I don't think they're trying to eat our earwax, but they're here.
Ate my wrist.
Anyway, Florida State started practice today with an afternoon practice, and I'm going to tell you guys, it was hot as hell. They started at about 3:30, 3:45 in the afternoon, wrapped up here close to 6. We just talked to Mike Norvell and a couple players. And before anything else, just go watch the Deuce Robinson interview.
Seeing how talented some of the guys are, just how good that they're going to be, it really makes me push myself, and I don't think those guys even realize it. Javen is incredible. Like, that dude is a dog, and he is going to be a really, really big problem for college football for as long as he wants to stay in college football.
Deuce Robinson is single-handedly trying to sell tickets to this Florida State football season because he is excited.
He is. Well, he's good. I think that's going to help, too. I think he's going to be a really good, a really big piece for this team. But, yeah, man, he's got a personality that, I was thinking about it with him and with Pettibone. And we got pronunciation guide there. It is Pettibone. I mentioned this a lot on Wake Up Warchant, a really popular podcast that if you guys aren't listening to, you need to.
How are you not?
It's crazy. I'm just trying to fight through it, but it's out of control. This is going to be a short video because this is insane. But he has one of those personalities where it's like, yeah, man, how can you not? This is what this team needs. It's an injection of this, a lot of it. And Pettibone, too, but like I mentioned a lot on Wake Up Warchant about the adults in the room. I know he's very he's fun-loving and he's gregarious, but you can tell he's mature. Both of them, and obviously Pettibone too, and they've had such an injection of guys that some of them have big personalities, including the quarterback, but so many mature dudes. And when you watch that Deuce Robinson video, you're going to smile, especially when he starts talking about Javon Boggs. Holy cow.
He not only said Javon Boggs may be the best freshman receiver in the country, and at some point he may end up being the best college football player in the country. And I'm not laughing because I think Javon Boggs is going to be really talented. They've been talking about him now for 8 months since he got here. And I did like this week when we talked to Gus Malzahn, he pointed out that he had got him committed at UCF before. Y'all recognize. But listen, I mean, they've been talking about – so I think it's legit. But to hear a guy talk
also,
about
remember,
a freshman –
Deuce Robinson played with Caleb Williams. Yeah. So he's seen what greatness looks like. He played at USC. So the fact that he thinks that highly of him and will speak that – says what he thinks that Javon Boggs will be in the future. I mean, obviously he's going to play this year, but maybe by the end of his career, as Deuce said, he could be a Biletnikoff Florida State's first ever Biletnikoff winner.
And a receiver Heisman winner.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot either. At least I have glasses, so they can't get into my eyes.
I think as you're talking, they're repelled to me.
Yeah,
so
well, that's the hope.
You need to
But yeah, so I would say the Deuce Robinson interview is a really good one to watch. Pettibone, too. Norvell, you couldn't – it didn't sound like it was a lot of team stuff today in the first day. There was one-on-ones. He said Deuce had a couple really big catches there. He mentioned Croma by name as ripping off a good run in team drills. But overall, there's not much you're going to be able to get from him from day one where they're in helmets. It's more of just like getting, I think, acclimated to the pace of practice.
Yeah, and one of the things they talked about was that they do get to do so much work now. They have the OTAs, they have meetings, they have walkthroughs all summer. So it's not like the old days. Back in the old days when I had all black hair, you would come out to the first day of preseason camp and guys literally were struggling they couldn't make their 40 times or their 100 times. I mean, it was such a culture shock. These guys have been working out all summer and all outdoors. Mike Norvell pointed out that all of the work they've done this summer has always been outdoors. And today they went mostly outdoors, even though they have still the indoor facility to be used as well. I spent a lot of time watching the defense during the portion that was open to the media. About 20 minutes was open to the media. And you could tell, man, Odell Haggins and Terrence Knighton coaching that defensive line. They're both basically splitting up the defensive line. And they're pushing those guys, man. Terrence Knighton is no joke. I mean, this is the first time we've really got to watch him coach because when they came in the spring, all of that was shut down except the one scrimmage, and we were on a catwalk 100 yards away. But Terrence Knighton is getting all over, and watch that video as well that Aslan put up where he asked the guys what time the Alabama game is going to be, and basically was like, that's this time of day, so you can't be tired.
What time is the first game? Same weather. We can't be tired.
Yeah, well, and I don't know that it gets hot in Tuscaloosa. Not like this kind of heat. Deuce Robinson did say that. What did he say? He said in Arizona because he grew up in Arizona where, and we've all heard this comparison before. It's like walking into an oven. Right. It gets so hot. But here it's like, he said it's like drowning in heat. He said it's worse here than it is in Arizona.
The humidity. Yeah.
And I guarantee you he's not dealt with gnats like this before. They don't have gnats in Southern California or Arizona. They don't go there. They just hang out here. This is crazy. They're in my ears now. But, yeah, so I thought that overall you seemed like, it's not much you can take away necessarily from words that Norvell's saying, but you did get to see 20 minutes of practice. And you did get to see real practice. Like they were actually practicing, right? Like this wasn't just you get to watch guys stretch and punt. It was real practice. So did you get a sense of, okay, this new coaching staff with Norvell? Like, what did you get a sense of Norvell? What was he doing?
Just doing what he's doing now. He's just walking around. He's spending more time with the defensive side of the ball. He was always a guy that moved around,
sure,
as you know, but he was able to go a lot more over to the defense than he was in the past. And Gus is definitely running the show on the offense. Watching, the defensive back drills, I think was interesting. You do have a lot of experience there. We have question marks about who's going to fill in where, but you can. There's a veteran presence to Shaheem Brown, even though Earl Little has not played a ton of football. He's a fourth-year guy. You bring in Jeremiah Wilson, who they call Jerry.
He's a Jerry, and Norvell mentioned him.
I was going to bring that up to you. So, he's a guy that's played a ton of college football. They have a lot of guys that played a lot of college football, and it sounds like Jeremiah Wilson continues to impress.
Whatever, I mean,
this is just be a professional here.
No, I get it, but I mean, this is incredible. There's nobody else out here filming anything. They're all smart enough to be inside. But yeah, I did think it was telling that Norvell and Deuce, but Norvell talked about Jeremiah Wilson, and you forget when Deuce was sitting there talking, I'm like, you know what? I know people are you're down on the program right now because of 2-10. I mean, get over it, guys. It was one bad season, right? but so 2-10, I get it. You're down, but when you look at Deuce Robinson talking, and he's a good player. I think he's a potential NFL player. I think the way definitely. They talk about Jeremiah Wilson, he's going to be a good college football player. Pettibone is a good college football player. Tommy Castellanos has proven at times he can be a dynamic, really good college quarterback. They've made some strides with this football team. That, number one, they're mature. Like they don't, like Deuce and Pettibone and Jeremiah Wilson, they don't have to get adjusted to college practice and college football and the rigors of a season. They've all lived it for at least 24 months, some of them for 60 months. Like they've been doing it since you had black hair. So yeah, I think that just kind of struck me when Deuce was talking. Like, man, he's a grown-up. Pettibone comes in. He's been playing college football for 5 years. He is a grown-up. There's nothing he's going to see that's going to overwhelm him or freak him out in any way. Big deal. Like, he gave Alabama the proper reverence, much like Castellanos did back during his interview.
Very similar.
But he gave him the proper reverence. But it's not like he's going to be freaking out or shaking because he's playing Alabama. Man, he's a 23-year-old college football player that's been playing Power 4 football for 5 years. So you just get you kind of just I get more and more buoyed by the fact that they do have so many older type veterans, and like a Jeremiah Wilson, none of you guys have seen him play, but he's a good player.
Right.
That's a nice pickup late. They have some guys like that.
One of the things we're going to be trying to get information from, because we're not going to be at practice, is you asked Mike Norvell today who stood out in some of the one-on-one competition.
Mike, those questions are coming every day. Every day, so get used to it. You're going to get upset about it, but I don't care. I'm asking you every day.
So we'll get a feel for, as camp goes on, how that competition goes. This is day one. It's not even full pads yet. They're going to do a couple days in helmets. Then they'll get into full pads. But, I think, it seemed like he was pretty pleased overall, but said they have a long way to go. It's about what you'd expect from a first day, but listen, the Nats won't be here forever, Corey.
Did you get any in your nose?
I killed one for us, guys.
Oh, good, man. Well, they still won the battle. They have absolutely won the battle.
Nats
this
1,000,
is incredible.
Warchant 1.
I got one in the nose.
All right, we're going to sign off. Is that long enough, Aslan? Are we good?
That's it. We get it. Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to talk to you next time. Stay connected to warchant.com, Warchant TV. We've got tons of coverage coming from practice, the interviews, video highlights from Aslan, and we'll have coverage. I'll be out here again tomorrow. Maybe the Nats won't be as strong, but we'll be back tomorrow with more coverage.
Running in this, like choosing to get out and run in this. That's crazy.
He's running from the Nets. All right, for Corey and Aslan, this is Ira Schofel signing off. We'll talk to you next time. Visit warchant.com.